Thank you, Mataji. Let's start the meditation with a global collective namaskar and let's raise our kundalini.
Shri Ganesh. So today we are celebrating the birthday of Shri Ganesh because that's a very important thing for all of us that we should celebrate his birthday. And yesterday you did the Havan, but yesterday we had very new people, so I couldn't talk to you very clearly about Shri Ganesha's deeper manifestation. You know that he resides within us. Vasungyat बोलता रहे, वसुंधरा शांत बसान. माझी काय जबाबदारी नाही असं म्हणायचं. Now we have a very great asset within us that we know about Shri Ganesh and that we can excite his powers. To manifest Shri Ganesha, we have to do certain amount of Tapasyas. First, we have to say when we sit for meditation that I am going to be worthy of your appreciation. Make me humble so that I am appreciated by you and my only desire is to please. Then you sit down in complete preparedness, meditating over your Muladhara, putting your attention to it with absolute purity. Now you have my photograph before you and you tell the photograph that Mother, you who are the Ganesha, Shri Ganesha, you give me wisdom and discretion So attention at the Muladhara chakra, which is actually below the sacrum bone. You put your right hand towards the photograph and left hand on the measurements. Now, this will tell you that your mind or your brain, which is full of confusion, which has no discretion, which is complicated, which does the same mistakes again and again, which does not understand how to cure the ills of that thing. All that can be cured if you put the right hand towards me and the left hand towards the other. So in action you do like that. Now as he is the essence of everything that is material, that has power, that has been created, is the essence of everything that is being created. Through him everything has been created. When you develop that, you develop your sense of subtle creativity and the sense of subtle appreciation of creativity. Then you develop your discretion how to behave with others in a beautiful manner, so that your ego is controlled. The behavior should be such that there should be no expression of ego in your behavior. Your mother is a good example. I think you know I know quite a lot of things, but I never show nor ever assert that I am so knowledgeable. I live like a very, very ordinary person living, and I do not in any way assert my personality that would shock. So with your intelligence or with your other powers, like if you are a money man or if you are more efficient or anything, you should not try to impress on others, but you must deal with it beautifully. So the beauty comes when you are efficient and you are loving. That's the central point, that's the effect. That you are knowledgeable and you are humble. That you know everything about everyone, but you are discreet. So in effect, it is a complete personality that can only give that kind of a very soothing effect. So the soothing effect comes as a result of beauty. That's what it is. So to develop it, you have to meditate on your Muladhara chakra. I have seen many people get fanatic about Sahaja Yoga also. They think they are the real Napoleons of Shivaji. Then they start guiding you in everything. This is not good, that's not good, I am a great Sahaja, I am like this and all that. And very hot temper. Because they are fanatics. Fanaticism and temper goes together. There is no love in fanaticism. If you tell them don't be a fanatic, they'll start crying. So the fanaticism of Sahaja Yoga is most blinding. It is something like in front of the temple of God, you beg from other people for money. Sahaja Yoga is one thing which should not lead you to any fanaticism. You have to be prasanna chitta, means you should be a very happy, joyous personality and not a tense, abrupt person. But this only achieves its maximum result when everything is done in complete innocence. But many people confuse innocence with stupidity. They think to be stupid is innocent, and a stupid man gets into ego trip in no time. Innocence is the wisest thing. You cannot befool innocence, that's the main thing. No one can befool me, I am very innocent. Innocence is that which does not harm anyone, that doesn't think that it can solve the problems, but it leaves everything for God to solve. It just exists itself in the blessings of your mother. Ganesha was just living on the complete blessings of his mother. It gives you concentration. Have you seen a child being nursed by mother? How concentrated the child is, sucking everything. He doesn't bother who is who, where is he sitting, what is it, what he's catching. He doesn't bother as to who is next to you, what is your relationship with others, or it doesn't bother at all as to the future, what he has to do next. So innocence keeps you in the present. Innocent man is permanently relaxed. Supposing I have to go today, all right, so I'll go at the time when I have to go. What's the use of getting agitated about it? People get even 10 days ahead agitated if they have to go after 10 days. And when it really comes to going, they have forgotten everything. Because they are not in the present. So to develop your innocence also is very good idea, to be in the present. At the most, what's going to happen? I mean, whatever has to happen will happen in any case. So why worry? I'm one person who is least worried, and nothing has gone wrong with me so far. On the contrary, I play tricks that everything goes wrong with people like this.
Al contrario, gioco dei trucchetti che fanno in modo che a certa gente che si preoccupa succeda qualcosa di sbagliato.
And I want them to learn that this is not so important. To keep yourself in the present is your job, and leave everything to God. Because you don't know when you are in the present, you are in contact with divine power. But when you get out of the present, you are not there. You are under your ego or super-ego. So for all of you, I may try just to show that I am also playing with you. But be careful. I am least bothered about anything whatsoever. What is such a disaster you have seen in your life? Just tell me. I have seen the last dissolution of the whole universe. What can I fear anymore? So when you get upset, think of something very serious that has happened to you before. And then you will not be so much worried about the nonsensical little things here and there. So miraculous things will happen through your innocence. The more innocent you are, the more blissful you will be. Now many people should try this thing, sitting in a group together, meditating, saying the mantra of Shri Ganesha, to try to build up. Those who think too much, they should also try to say, not this, not this, not this. Even the superego, when it gives you thoughts, you should say, not this, not this, not this. So you will develop that state where you stand yourself and nothing else. So the innocence plays, but it is not involved. It sees the play, just sees. It enjoys the play, just enjoys. So today, when we are thinking of Shri Ganesha, let us desire that within us His great power of innocence be enlightened. And He is, on the other side, the source of love, the source of emotional security. He is like a child, a very charming, beautiful child. And people feel extremely charmed and this thing is dirty words, I think.
Attracted? Enchanted?
How to? You see, it's a paternal love. It's the paternal love, paternal enchantment. It's not
È molto
for him. Or motherly enchantment. Because charming also is a very funny word. Because in the West people don't understand even innocence towards children. So you have to be childlike, not childish. Confusion is first start with there. But some people confuse it. They think it should be like a big baby, you see.
E pensa che deve essere come un grande neonato.
And that you are to be treated like a, in Marathi it is called muttabal, like a big baby, all the time from bottle feeding, napkin changing. And there's no end to it. So this kind of thing, if it is done to someone, that really will become a stupid fellow. You know that. But Ganesha's enchantment has dignity. He may look like a child, but he is an old man. He is the eldest of all. And despite all these years, he has kept his innocence intact. So sometimes people confuse it with over-doting or sort of caring too much. And a innocent person doesn't like it much. Even somebody does it, he doesn't mind because it pleases the other person, but it does not go into his head or anything. On the contrary, when you are doting such a person, you start learning. There was somebody in London who was expert on massaging the feet. So she said, "Mother, you give me 1 hour one day, I'll come and massage your feet because I have known that art." I said, "All right, come such and such day." And when she started massaging my feet, you see, she said, "What's happening? It is me who is relaxing."
E lei quando è venuta ha detto, ma che succede? Mi sto rilassando io.
So that's the beauty of innocence, that when you try to pamper the innocence, when you try to dote on the innocence, it emits the beauty. It relaxes. If there's a little child, and you want to kiss the child, and you want to embrace the child, and you want to love the child, it is you who is wanting it, not the child. If you do not want it, you are abnormal. But if you want to dote on someone, then that should relax that person, the one who does that. But if it is the other way around, that the other person gets tensed up and the person whom you dote becomes ego-oriented, then it's all wrong, absolutely it's upside down. You get tensed up because you think that nothing should displease the person. You think that the person needs it. That you try to dote on the child thinking that that person, the child needs it. It is you who need it. If you remember that you need it, then why should you worry that if you do not do particular things, the person will be displeased? So just by pleasing yourself, you are really pleasing the other person, if you see it that way. So this is wisdom, to see things in right perspective. And that is what should come into everyone spontaneously. When that comes in, you become a complete personality. Ganesha is sufficient to make you complete because he is complete. And as it is, for you people to do it is easier because you are already at a point where Ganesha is pleased. Or we can say that you are pleased with yourself. So one should not feel hurt or should not feel bad. If somebody feels hurt or something, that means there is something lacking in that person. Such a personality is the personality where we can say that Shri Ganesh is residing with his all powers. But some people have the right Ganesh, some have the left Ganesh powers. Both the types of powers must be there. If a man has been licentious and very fond of the other sex and all that, he gets such a rebound that he becomes absolutely left side corrected. Supposing before realization he is running after women or the girl is running after the man, all that gets such a rebound at that he just doesn't want to do that thing as a filth. He thinks it's filth. That is one of the feelings comes in the mind of a person. Then he doesn't hanker after this kind of nonsense. Like we have horrible names like heterosexuals and homosexuals and all sexuals off. All that finishes off. then you keep a healthy company of your type, of your sex. Healthy company. But healthy and pure, which is very natural. And another extreme nature should not follow. Like I have also seen among some Muslims, this is the habit. They are more attached to their daughters than to their wives. Funny thing, it's absurd. They pay more importance to the daughters than to the wife. It's something very absurd. It's not good. It's again perversion. Or the women, they love their son more than their husband. It is absurd.
È assurdo.
And once it starts working like that, it can go into any absurd limit, which is not in the maryadas of Sahaja, in the boundaries of Sahaja. There has to be very healthy relationship,
Deve essere una relazione.
friendship, but not attachment which looks funny and absurd. So nothing absurd should be done, nothing overly should be done, because there will be a remorse and unnecessarily heart-burning for nothing at all. It's useless. Now in Sahaja Yoga, another very important point I have to tell you today, which is not so much besides Shri Ganesha's pointing, which always we make mistakes, and in India there have been lots of mistakes like that. Now we'll give one example, Mr. X, you see, he is a great Sahaja Yogi in the sense he's good organizer, he's done this, he's done that, and we start adoring him. Or we may be jealous. One of the two things happen. Either we adore or jealous. Now if you adore the person, then you must follow his footsteps. And if you are jealous, then it is more reason that you follow his footsteps so you become like him. I'm talking of wisdom.
Sto parlando di saggezza.
Now, but instead of that, when you adore, you will, even whether you are a boy or a girl, you jump on him, you will hug him, you will kiss him, you will do all kinds of nonsensical things which is not needed to express that way. Like it happened with me that I was in London first time, you see. I'd never known all this. And somebody who was quite hefty, you see, just came and hugged me and took me into him, and I didn't know where to look. I was absolutely and lifted me actually.
Come per esempio una volta a Londra c'è stata una persona che mi è venuta incontro, è venuta, mi ha abbracciato forte, ha provato anche ad alzarmi.
So much so I forgot English language. I told him in Marathi, put me down.
E ero così imbarazzata, non sapevo che fare, ho detto che invece di parlare inglese e dire mettimi giù, ho cominciato a parlare in Marathi, ho detto mettimi giù, mettimi giù.
All that is. So it's quite funny. Even, I mean, I'm not used to kissing at all, at all. Anybody kisses me, I get a fright, you know.
E tu?
But I can kiss a lady or a young boy, little boy, I can kiss it. It's all right. That's done. But not every man. I cannot kiss. It's very funny, isn't it?
Ma una signora.
So this is a kind of adoration is not very wise. Adoration is to be felt in your heart. Like yesterday, one of the gentlemen put his hand so strong on me that for 2 minutes I was just trying to put it right. And the shaking hands is very horrible thing. Sometimes they feel unless and until they have taken out about a kilo of meat out of your hand, they are not going to do And this is how sometimes you see there is no maryadas left, even between ourselves. So that should be maryada. Now feeling jealousy is another thing. I've seen that when people feel jealous, they start coming and complaining against this person or that person or this. I know what it is. Jealousy is the worst curse one can have, I think. Because you see, then you can't see anything that is good, because you see a person is normal, you feel jealous of such a person. Then you feel you are jealous, so you have every right to do what you like. You just say, I am jealous of you because you are so good, so now I can be very bad. I mean, first it started with people telling that this is jealousy, which is a bad thing. It was all right. But now the bad thing is taken as a, what you call, a blackmail. You see, use it for a blackmailing others. That, oh, all right, I am a bad man, so I am a bad man. You are a good man. All right, so what? like that, to use it as a power. Like yesterday, one madman came, lunatic. Now when he came, the lunatic, he wanted to sit in front. And he just started taking advantage of his lunacy. That if he's lunatic, he can behave the way he likes. Because you are a drunkard, you can behave the way you like. What is the wisdom? Where is it lost? It's ridiculous. So, one has to be wise. When you are dealing with it, the wisdom is your glory. By wisdom, you will be fair to yourself and fair to others. Wisdom is like an ocean, one cannot describe it in one lecture. Just try to enjoy your wisdom. And the greatest wisdom of Shri Ganesha was that he was surrendered to his mother, that's all, he's not bothered. And when you are surrendered, then you just understand that you give up your ego and superego to your mother to bother about it, and you live with your innocence. And to understand also in a very gross way, we can say to have Ganesha Tattva, Ganesha principle developed in you, you must eat things which are emitting Ganesha principle like the chana, like I found out the hazelnut. Then you can see that you should use lot of these lemons. See, it's a good idea. All these give you a good Ganesha Tattva. So all these things should be used, and there are many other things one can see that which help you to develop your Ganesha Tattva. Job now. And I have to be present by 8 o'clock, and it will take 2 hours to reach that place. Also I am keeping some margin, so I have to leave now. I can't talk to you even. Quite alert, awake. Now, what is the thing is, as far as money is concerned, lot of wisdom is there. Don't have to tell them, that is automatically. Money wisdom is quite a lot. Job wisdom is quite a lot. Because these things means prestige in the society. This means security in the society. So this kind of business you find in many people, and in some even that is missing. They don't even understand that they have to earn their living. But that's the minimum. You cannot be parasite. Then the second stage, as I said, by many stages is this, that we are not for money, money is for us. The attention, if it is on your spirit, on the Ganesha principle, then whole situation will change. Your priorities will change. And suddenly people will say, Mother, what has happened to this gentleman? He was a stupid fool, now he's become such a wise person. So to awaken Shri Ganesha, you should have minimum wisdom already there. I mean, even if that is not there, how can you work it out? It's not meant for stupid people, moodhas, it's not meant for mood. So now what is our benevolences? Let us see. Is it money? No. Those who have money don't seem to be very happy people always. Then what is the next? Is jobs, those who have jobs. All right, should have jobs. I'm not saying you should be jobless. I mean, immediately another side they'll take. I mean, so quick, you know. That mother is saying we can be jobless, you see, nice. Immediate escapes. Now then the power. You want to have political power, social power, this power, that power, is absolutely a joyless pursuit. You go and see those people who are supposed to be powerful, so-called. Halfway they are towards self, one foot there and one foot here, and about to be gulped down by the crocodiles. You can see it clearly. Especially in this Kali Yuga, it's so obvious, so clear-cut. We don't want to be like them, we want to be like Shri Ganesha. So once you start accepting your circumstances, accepting your body, you're accepting your face, everything, you will see that a lot of time will be saved. Another problem that faces us is planning. And that is missing in Sri Ganesha completely. He did not do any planning whatsoever. I wish he had done some planning, things would have been much better. He doesn't believe in planning because he's so powerful. Whatever he wants, he can get it done. You want the sun, all right, the sun is there. You want the moon, moon is there. You want the stars, stars is there. The dust of his feet can create the whole universe. Universe is of the universe. For such a person, there is no need to be planning everything, because whatever he wants happens. But why? Why it happens? Why he has this power? Because he is in that state. Are you in that state? You have not achieved that state. You tell somebody that, oh my, I have to go and catch the plane. There are 10 people standing next to you, they'll all get panicky. I have to go and they are bothered. Something sort of goes off their heads. I don't know what goes, they go amok. I never tell them like that. I say, there's still time for the plane to go. And don't worry. When I reach there, then the plane will leave. So you don't worry. But because of this kind of presumptions and the planning system of the mind, you just think that now I have a plan to go today. I must go. Why? I won't go. I may decide at the last minute I don't want to go. I'll make the plane go away. We did that many a times, you know very well. I wanted to buy the Rome ashram, so I saw to it that the plane never arrived. But you have to be in that state. Especially buying this Kabela, you know what happened. There were 5 great intellectuals on my head sitting. I didn't know how I'll manage these 5 intellectuals with all their planning, this, that. They made me run up and down, do this and that. Ultimately, they all had to come here. But I was telling them, go and have a look. Nobody would look at it. Nobody would listen to me. Nobody wanted to know about it. how things work out is your pure desire that can work out anything that you want. But you won't want funny things also. Like Shri Ganesha would not like to follow some entrepreneur who's saying, have a punk on your head or something. Stupidity, all kinds of stupidities. Because we are stupid, these entrepreneurs are having a good time. They can befool us all the time. At his state, he is himself on top of the pure desire. The pure desire is on his stomach, tied up nicely. It is to be seen in Sahaja Yoga how things work out, how miraculously they work out. And these can happen to you also. All these powers can come to you also. You know about some people who came to us who didn't know even how to sing. I mean, they had no voices. Something very funny they had. I mean, I didn't know from where they learned to even talk. When they opened their mouths, if you were at one note, they were on another note. And they were on and on and on without even listening to what they were singing. After some time, I find they are singing beautifully. So the Kundalini itself is working it out. The pure desire is working it out for you. But what about you? What are you doing about it? Is to be seen. There are so many things that could be understood very easily through the life style of Sri Ganesha. The first and foremost thing for him is to obey his mother. Never to say no, no question, and also not to ask why. He will go and fight with all the gods and goddesses and everyone. And that's what Christ has said. Anything against me I have tolerated, but nothing against the Holy Ghost. There should be no question. There should be no explanation. Sometimes even my patience goes out. The way they do not want to accept what I am telling them. At the end, of course, they all come round, no doubt, at the end. But you waste so much time convincing them. What is the reason? They have no wisdom to know what their mother is. Like you know the story of Shri Ganesha, that his mother said, the one who goes round the Mother Earth, I will give you a present. So, Ganesha again accepts a little mouse as a transport. Imagine. Nowadays, people can't believe it, that Sri Ganesha, so powerful, should accept just a mouse for his transport, because he's so humble. He doesn't have to show off his Lincoln or Mercedes to anyone. He's very comfortable with his mouse. Now what does he do? He thinks that he understands in no time that his mother is much greater than the Mother Earth. So why should I go around the Mother Earth? His brother is going around on a peacock. He just goes round his mother. He gets the present. It's such a simple thing to understand because he is the wisest person. The wisest person knows what is what. He knows who is who. He knows what are the qualities of these persons. He is not impressed by superficial things. No. If somebody is well dressed, then people get very much impressed by them. And they turn out to be bank robbers, walking with umbrellas and lined suits as if some big executives are coming, and they decamp with all the loot. So for a wise person, the superficial behavior doesn't appeal, not bother. It is a kind of a very penetrating intelligence, just like a computer, you know. In a second you know that what is this gentleman. Oh, he may come with a great to see and oh, and he might come and praise you and do this and do that. And you know the person very well. If somebody is unduly very friendly, very kind, very nice, not necessarily that he is really appreciating you, but he is looking at your purse maybe. Maybe something else. But not only on this level, it is even on a spiritual level we have to understand. How people try to put you down spiritually. What they try, what tricks they try on you. It could be your husband, your wife, your children, your relations, your friends, anybody, any surgery. But in the case of Shri Ganesha, it's the other way round. They say that if you put one apple, bad apple, all the apples get spoiled. But if you put Shri Ganesha among all the bad apples, they'll get all right. Because he is the life-giving force. This is one of the greatest qualities, that he knows that he is the source of life and he gives life, he gives Chaitanya. He doesn't think that now supposing I give Chaitanya, give life to this person, my ego will come up. Very common problem. Mother, I don't want to do it because my ego will come up. Everybody is psychoanalyzing themselves. Because this will happen. Baba, you are all realized souls now. You are
Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Attention in Saswara. Let's feel the collectivity. Let's put the right hand on the floor. And let's say Shri Ganesh mantra. Om Tuameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Shri Ganesha, I want to be worthy of your appreciation. Please make me humble, innocent, and wise, and establish your powers in me so that I can be just like you, pure, innocent, wise, totally surrendered. Let's collectively surrender to Shri Ganesha and allow him to establish himself in our Muladhara. We stay at Sahasrara and we focus on Muladhara, on the Lord Ganesh in Muladhara. Let's put both hands on the lap. Attention always above Sahasrara. Again, complete focus on Muladhara to really feel the presence of the Lord Ganesh, totally empowering our Muladhara collectively. Let's surrender to the Lord Ganesh with all our being, while keeping all attention above Sahasrara, and collectively we surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord Ganesh, and we allow him to fully establish himself in our Muladhara. Shri Adi Kundalini Mata. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Adi Kundalini Mata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Let's collectively keep our attention above Sahasrara, but very widely opened to the Virat, to really be one with the global being, the global collective being. And let's feel the primordial Kundalini rising inside us. And let's completely surrender to that primordial Kundalini. We need to have really fresh feelings, fresh feelings of the Kundalini as if it was the first time that we are feeling the Kundalini, primordial Kundalini rising in us. Now, with the Kundalini completely rising inside us, let's collectively project this Kundalini from inside out so that we become like a sun of pure vibration shining from inside, from Kundalini outside. So from the Kundalini rising inside, we just project this Kundalini outside so that we become like a complete sun of vibration and at the same time completely integrated as one. We are in Sahasrara collectively, completely surrendered, and at the same time, this primordial Kundalini that is inside us, we project it all around us. We become a sun of light, a sun of vibration, shining in the room where we are, in the building or in the house. Vibrations are becoming bigger and bigger. We are shining all over the city where we are, the country, the whole world, the universe, the millions and millions of universes, the whole creation and beyond. We just let Mother Kundalini shine through us, becoming like billions and billions of sun in one, shining gloriously and powerfully. We need to be really in the center so that we are totally in the present and in the total place of peace, of calm, of serenity inside us. And at the same time, we grow our energy level, our consciousness by spreading collectively our Kundalini, our awareness. Let this spreading of primordial Kundalini within us totally drench Mother Earth with pure vibrations of light, pure vibrations of purity, of innocence, of chastity. May all the powers of the Lord Ganesha totally imbibe Mother Earth completely. And we perceive Mother Earth completely shining because of that pouring of divine vibrations. We perceive all humanity and the heart of all our brothers and sisters on the planet Earth, filled with the complete love of our Mother, Mother Kundalini, Mother Holy Ghost, Shri Adi Shakti Mataji. Everyone on the planet is filled with vibrations, with pure love, with pure vibrations of light, of purity, of chastity, of innocence. And the powers of the Lord Ganesh are many fold increased on the planet, so that all the obstacles preventing humanity to grow spiritually, to grow in awareness and consciousness, are removed. All the obstacles that are creating crises, that are creating difficulties on planet Earth, are removed. And only remains pure consciousness, pure awareness, pure love, pure openness to the divine. And the seeking becomes a true reality. The seeking of the true Vishvanirmana Dharma becomes a reality in every single human being all over the world. May the Lord Ganesh bless all humanity. May the Lord Ganesh be awakened in all humanity. and more so in all the yogis of the world, so that they can really help in the spreading of innocence, of knowledge, of divine knowledge, of purity, of chastity, through their actions and through their beings. Let's keep our attention very high above Sahasrara, and let's see our being shining. Let's see our being completely immersed in the primordial being, shining through like a glorious sun made of millions and millions of sun in one. Namaskar, Kundalini.